Welcome to VEDA Day 3. This is a good shot, isn't it? It was rubbish in my boot. All I've been doing today is sorting out all the papers in my room. So I had a load to throw out, and I discovered that the tip is closed, and Ben had loaded up some garden refuse for me to take as well. So I've come over to my dad's because my dad's got a garden refuse bin, and also I need to make sure that the boiler's been turned back on because my other brother, Malcolm, who is from the Isle of Wight, where he lives on the Isle of Wight, he came up the other day and there was a leak coming through from the bathroom, and in fact it was actually coming through from the loft, but initially when he turned the boiler off it stopped. So it's going to get really cold again, so we don't want any burst pipes. So what had happened was there was a pipe in the loft had come undone. So my other brother Angus sorted that out when he came over. It's a good job I've come over because the back gate is banging. It hasn't been shut properly. So apart from sorting out my papers, of course I have been editing yesterday's vlog and that took a bit of a long time. I need to keep these a bit simpler. I feel really exhausted today as well, so that's probably because of the lack of sleep the night before. It's caught up with me now, and probably just hyper focusing on sorting my room out. I need to always make sure I pace myself, but it was good to have that opportunity and to break the back of it. We watched a really good film last night after Ben got back home, while we were eating our pizza, and then we paused it for me to go and pick up Darcy from the station. It was, what was it called? Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I can really recommend it. There were so many intriguing elements in it, like Russian mafia, trip to Antarctica. She was an architect, all sorts of like intriguing things like wove together, and it was really well written, and the acting was great as well. But the thing that always really intrigues me when I watch films or I read a novel is, how do people come up with these stories? I mean, how do they do it? And I think it's another thing that is one of the things I think I want to master that. I don't actually want to write a novel or a screenplay. I don't want to be successful at that. I just want to like know how people do it. How do they do it? So I feel like I've got to write some kind of like short story or something that, you know, that it has been invented in my head. I mean, obviously I could create a story out of things that have happened in my life and change all the names, but you know, that's not the sort of creativity that I think I want to master. I was reading the other day, or maybe I was listening on the radio, an author who said what he does is he comes up with the characters, and then the characters write the story. So yeah, that would be really intriguing. I mean, when am I going to have time to do that? But anyway, in my retirement maybe. So my key task today has been to finish sorting out my office and all the paperwork, and I've got some secondary tasks like going to the tip, that's not going to happen, and going shopping. Darcy wants to get some Easter eggs for different people. I've got a bit of admin I need to do, but because I felt so exhausted today, I do want to make sure I really take a break tomorrow. And one thing I am going to do though is my friend Nikki gave us a beautiful rose bush for our Ruby wedding. It's a ruby rose, and I would really like to plant that and tidy up the front garden. It's a minute front garden, so it won't take me very long, but it should be sunny in the morning tomorrow, and the front of the house only gets sun in the morning, and it gets a bit too cold in the afternoon to do gardening in the front garden. So that's something I would like to do. And then Darcy's going out for the day, so Ben and I can just spend the day together, just going through plans, etc., but just keeping it chill, maybe going for a walk and just not doing much. A day of rest. It is Sunday after all, so I made some bread this morning. I probably told you that already. I was thinking I'd make some hot cross buns, some sourdough hot cross buns. I made some last year, but it was at that time when lockdown was first happening and things like toilet rolls were running out in the shops, and also bread making flour. So I made it with some spelt flour and some wholemeal flour or something. So they weren't great, but I've got some nice fresh flour. So, and I've got a bit better at making sourdough as well, so that might be good. Good morning, welcome to VEDA day 4. My first task today is to plant this lovely rose that my friend gave us for our Ruby wedding anniversary. It's a ruby rose, and I'm going to sort out the front garden and find a spot for it there. So this is the little rose bush. Precious ruby. And I need to give everything a bit of a tidy up. Lots of weeds and sweeping up to do. Basket is hanging on in there. And there's a nice big dandelion there that I need to sort out. It's just a shame that we have to have these horrible bins as part of the garden. Well, I think I've found a nice sunny spot for this lovely rose. Might have to trim the hedge a bit, it's in a bit of shadow. Next to this hyacinth, and then I've been sweeping up the path. My jacket on the wall there. Right, well that's all I'm going to do for the moment, and I'll put the tools away. And then the other really cool thing that just happened was the guy who owns the piano shop, who I was talking about the other day, I'm going to get to move my mum's piano, drove by and parked up. And I said, oh, I was just going to call you. So we've booked a time either this week or next week for him to come and move that. He came in and measured up, and so I can take that off my do-it list as well, to contact him. And I was going to say something else, I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, and then he asked me if I would do some changes on his database. Well, it's an incredibly lovely sunny day, Easter Sunday, and did gardening in the morning, so that's fine. Got out in the sun, had some lunch, and now we are going to go for a drive, and we might go past some properties that are for sale. We're not really ready to look around properly yet and, you know, make appointments with estate agents because our house isn't on the market, but it's just to give us a feel for if we would want to move, basically. So there's a beehive here. nice, it's very cute, but the road is very noisy.
Making it simple.
And it goes down to Hastings as well. So a very typical thing about Kent is these oast houses. You see them just poking through the trees there.